Death is the inevitable occurrence of life. One would not exist without the other. We are tragic people, as human beings. But it is our condition, and it's a human condition. Have you ever thought about simply just being human? Look at yourself from the third eye perspective and look at the stranger who is you, sitting in that chair, or standing on that ground. We do not merely rely on our instincts as other organisms seem to do. We grow, we experience, and we learn. Man has searched for ways of immortality, but one cannot imagine death occurring if life were non-existent. So we're born, we reproduce, and we die. This we all know for certain. I guess the big question is what we may experience in between the cycle. The question is, what lives do we touch, and whose worlds do we change? There are many questions one could ask, but they all come down to the same level, and behind the brush they are all the same question. A man named Joseph Campbell was once asked, "So, you're talking about a search for the meaning of life?" No, he said. Thinking is something I really enjoy, and I love, and amazingly I do it all the time. My mind is always in a philosophical state, you could say. Growing up, it always seemed others would come out with a bold statement saying, "I'm going to grow up to be a doctor," or "I'll be your firefighter." So, from an early age, I just decided everybody was mental and was planning on being something in one of 5 categories: a doctor, a firefighter, a lawyer, an actor, or an actress, or an athlete. Yes, okay, little kids, you're all gonna be one of those 5 things. Here's a cookie. I didn't know what the hell I wanted to be. I just knew I wanted to be around by the time I figured it out. I just like to be alive. But if we can agree that death is going to happen, it's going to occur in life, then we can also agree that losses will occur as well. We all suffer so much, and our suffering gives us strength. So many people I've looked up to, took stock in, and learned from, have moved on without me. My Grandpa Darryl, who treated me as an equal for my entire life, and he was my lifelong fishing buddy. And my great-grandpa Ernie, who would steal my nose and laugh as a little kid and I'd actually believe him. And my great-grandma Verla, who would constantly yell at me to take my hat off the table, especially on Christmas, who increasingly got more nice and lovable the older she got. And my Grandpa Jack, and my Grandma Rose. Jack for his kind, sweet heart, and his funny laugh, and Grandma Rose for her humor, and being the life of a party. She once said to me, "I'm no Mother Teresa, but I'm pretty close," as we continued to chuckle at each other for at least 20 minutes. Then there's dear old Bill Miller, who was my neighbor for most of my life. He on a weekly basis would bring her fruits and vegetables. And one day, I looked up to him and I said, "Thank you, Grandpa," after my other grandfather had passed away. I'll never forget the smile on his face, or the day I inherited a new grandfather. Now, are their deaths fair? It doesn't seem so, but it is a part of who we are. Their story in life is a part of mine now, just as I'm sure your losses are part of yours. Wouldn't it be funny if life was backwards? We could spend our whole lives enjoying our retirement, appreciating everything we saw, touched, heard, and experienced. We would miss those that passed tremendously. We'd be nostalgic that years would pass, we'd grow younger. We'd do activities we hadn't been able to do in years. Play with the grandkids, take them fishing like your grandpa used to do little projects with them, admire their youth and their energy. Then would come the time where your parents would come around again. You'd forgive them for everything and thank them for everything at the same time. You would spend the time together like you never had before. The feeling would be unimaginable. But then you'd grow younger. Your significant other would be young and beautiful again, and the fire once more would be lit. Your children would grow younger with you, and soon they'd be little and cute. They'd look up to you, opposed to the other way around. You'd read them stories to put them to sleep, teach them to ride a bike, and try to teach them the wonders of the world. You would grow younger still. Your parents would take you into their wings. You'd be in the presence of your old role models once again. You'd spend every waking moment with them. But remember, you have the rest of your life to be with them. You're only getting younger. You spend the remainder of your life carefree and happy. Then, floating around in a womb, and finally out through the Big Bang. Wouldn't it be some life? Even if it's not possible, it's a good daydream. So, you're talking about a search for the meaning of life? He asked. No, 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 he said. For the experience of being alive.
Try to make this kind and clear, just a chance that maybe we'll find better days. 'Cause I don't need boxes wrapped in strings and designer love and empty things, just a chance that maybe we'll find better days. So take